It's funny because when I'm in periods of my life where I'm very lighthearted and funny and confident and social and like going around like a buzzing bee, like life is so great and I'm having so much fun and I'm so inspired. Oftentimes I'm less productive, and when I'm in those phases, I miss my productive self. I like miss the feeling of being like, wow, I love my work. I'm so into my work. I'm doing so much great work. I'm figuring myself out. I'm figuring out what I want to do. And then now I feel like I'm in a phase where I'm working a lot. Like today I worked all day, and I'm like, I miss my happy, bubbly self because my work self is kind of like grind mode, productivity mode, dramatic mode. Not dramatic, but I just feel like a lot of it is like creative processing and like working through things and thinking about things and thinking of like different systems and different models and like how can I articulate this and how can I write this more clearly and how can I find the right audience to understand what it is that I need to say. How am I going to target the right market for this? I'm working on this one project that is basically a create. I hope that the wind isn't fucking up my audio right now. It's basically a creative residency model where I'm matching brands that need help with socials with artists and creators that want more extended term work. So like it's a creative residency instead of doing like typical UGC deals or brand deals. Creators or artists can like work with a brand on their creative direction for socials for like 1 to 3 months. And for artists it's great because like I feel like what's missing with the UGC stuff is that you really want to work with a brand for like an extended period of time, an extended contract, so you can really commit and like learn their style and really focus on one thing at a time and like be a part of the creative team and like really work with a creative team instead of working for a creative team and have more consistent pay and just like really delve into a project. So I think like that's just how like the creative process works, and like having flow with a deal like that will essentially, in my theory, output better quality of work and better brand alignment too. So like you're more aligned with the brand voice and the product that they're selling, whatever. And the community, duh, the most important part. And then for the brands, it's also like I feel like when the internet first started, we had the influencer model where influencers had built audiences, so they had the ability to capitalize off that attention. And what happens was, then brands would go and they would like pitch to the creator, be like, "Hey, we're gonna pay you this much to post about our product on your page." And then we saw it shift, and like brands started having more pages. Like brands started having Threads and X and Twitter, and X is Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, whatever. And it's like we as a brand are going to post on this account. So then the UGC thing came up where people started making content to sell to brands. But now I noticed that like a lot of brands are hiring social people to essentially run their socials or be the face of the brand. Or you see a lot of collaborations like the Alex Earl thing with Marg. I don't know if the Poppy deal was the same type of thing, but essentially where a startup or a product or a brand will be like, hey, let's collaborate with this influencer. That way they can kind of do like the social media marketing, they can run like the creative direction, aesthetic stuff, essentially be the face of the brand, and we'll do like all the business analytics stuff, you know. And I think there's a lot of opportunity for if there was a system to match startups and founders and small businesses that needed help with socials with creators that would be willing to either dedicate longer periods of time to that project for paid residencies, or you could even think of models where like for example like with my project I would love to hire someone to do socials, or not hire, bring someone on my team for like a rev share equity deal instead of hiring. Anyways, so I've just been thinking about that a lot, and I've been in communication with a lot of creators and brands that like need that type of work or that type of system. And the thing about what I noticed today, like I was just talking about this. Like I have been working on too many things at the same time, and when I work on too many things at the same time, nothing actually gets done effectively because it's like scattered focus. I have scatterbrain mode, and when I have scatterbrain mode like that, I'm antsy because of this wind, and then like the rain droplets are hitting me, and I'm getting wet. When I get scatterbrains like that, I feel really excited about a lot of things and I get inspired and I'm like, oh, this reminded me of this. So then I'm like, let me go do this real quick. And then I'm distracted and then I forgot the thing I was originally doing. And I think it's like really common, especially in this age where all of our attention spans are dwindling. But I think I am someone that wants to do a lot of things. And if I feel like I have to cut myself off and really commit to one thing, kind of like the fig tree thing, the Sylvia Plath fig tree, I lose on the other things. And that's not the truth. Like, I really believe that everything you want to do, you can do eventually. And, like, you will get to eventually if you orient yourself in the proper direction and manage yourself properly. And, oh my gosh, my audio is going to be so bad with this wind. I need to focus on one thing at a time. If I do one thing at a time, I can finish it and then do the next thing, and then I can get everything done. But if I do everything at the same time, nothing's going to grow properly and nothing will be successful. I don't even want to speak that out loud. All of my projects will be successful. I just think inherently right now, like any type of creative career or like artwork or like being a founder, you're doing marketing and operations at the same time because of the social aspect. And unless I have someone on my marketing team to fully handle socials, I'm like on socials, documenting while also trying to build, and it's just a lot. Anyways, no complaints here because I'm following my dream. What was I saying? Oh, I was leading with this conversation of how I feel like I miss a more bubbly, funny version of myself. Like, I'm like watching back on these videos, I'm like, she's so dramatic, like the drama. I'm just like staring at the camera and like being dramatic and emotional. And I think that's like a lot of the truth, to be honest. Like, that's been my recent thing. Like, how am I being as honest and real as possible? It is the truth in a lot of ways, but the truth is also someone's walking by and I'm nervous. The truth is also that like my goal is just to be having fun all the time and like doing things that I love and doing things that are fun to me, because I think like if you optimize, like if you're optimizing for money, but if you're optimizing for fun, I think it eventually makes you more money and brings you more alignment. And like if you're optimizing for fun, then you're meeting people that have the same type of fun as you. You're communicating in a way that's fun to you. You're expressing and creating in a way that's fun to you, and you're building things that are fun to you. And when you're building things that are fun, you have more fun, and when you have more fun, you make more money. I don't know if that's a true theory. That's just something that I feel to be true, because I want to have fun in life and I know how to have fun and I know when I'm having fun and I know when I'm not having fun. I don't know particularly. Actually, I take that back. I am having fun right now, but I do want to get to a point where I'm not behind my computer all day. Like, I do feel like I spend a lot of time behind screens. And in a way, it feels natural because it's still doing stuff I want to do. And I'm building things I want to build. And I'm learning from conversations and meetings and like getting out there and talking to people. And that's very useful to me. But I do want to be more in the real world. That's why I love that so much of our postcard thing is like in real life. I just have been hopping around to too many places to like really set foundation and be like, hey, like I can have a consistent event schedule. Like if I go back to LA, I could be like every week I'm gonna be at XYZ place doing this postcard thing, which will be good. Like I think that would be good for me because honestly, I need that type of structure. I've also been thinking about like I used to have a really solid routine where I would like my brain kind of operates best in the morning, so I would capitalize off that by like it's pouring rain. I wonder if you can hear the rain. I would capitalize off my morning sprint mind and like work, and then I would hit a midday gym because then I'd be like caffeinated and be like my body needs to move, and then I would hit a midday gym, and then I would go back to work and then do like an evening walk, whatever open loops, finish up my work that day. And recently, I've been like working out in the morning because if I don't work out in the morning, by the end of the day, I'm like tired and I don't want to work out anymore, and I like can't in the middle of the day because of just like the structure of where everything's located. What was the point of me bringing this up? Oh, I miss having a system because what I would do back in the day is I would like really dedicate time blocks. Oh, this is interesting. I really just kind of like stream of consciousness and then things come into my head that I want to share. Work sprints. I was talking to this guy, and he was a very successful entrepreneur, and his productivity model was he would have work sprints, and maybe he would have two dedicated work sprints, maybe three, with 2 to 3 tasks within that work sprint. Only doing those 2 to 3 things, or even 1 to 3. Like sometimes it's one thing that needs the whole 2 hours of your work sprint. Basically, Pomodoro method. Like there's so many productivity methods that like use time blocking to kind of get things done. But the idea of work sprinting, like it's a sprint, like let me just finish this as fast as possible, like move fast and break things, really resonated with me because I do tend to be someone that's like going back, fixing, doing something else, getting distracted, going back and tweaking the color. I changed the hex code to my website today actually 7,000 times. And I still am not convinced that I love it. I like it. I don't know if I love it. It's actually quite beautiful. I don't. There's a rainbow. Oh my gosh, there's literally a rainbow right there. I'm gonna cry. That's so cute. Should I set you guys up so you can see the rainbow? I love rainbows. I honestly love Florida. I love that it rains this much here. I love the weather. People hate on the humidity. I was meant for the humidity. I love how my curls come back here. My hair's frizzy right now, but I love that my skin is hydrated and I have like my little glow tan naturally. It's not like I have to like go to the beach and burn my body. But like in LA, everything is dry and cold. Like it's always cold to me. People are like, it's hot. No, it's cold. Every night, it's cold. Like you have to carry a hoodie with you at all times. It's just not my vibe. Anyways, I got sidetracked from this conversation. I always have things to say. I don't always know if I should be saying everything. I also don't always know how to structure the story into an line. Guy on a bike. I don't know how to structure the story or the things I want to say in a way that is like maintaining attention, but more so like in a way that resonates or in a way that's like, okay, I actually know what I'm talking about. I don't need to know what I'm talking about. For me, it's a lot about just expression. And like today, it's like, oh, after I did the one that I did yesterday, I was working today and like the whole day I was craving to make a YouTube video. I was like, I loved making what I made yesterday. And yesterday I made like a 20-minute long video. And I think that like I like the podcasting model. I like listening to very few podcasts, but I definitely am a podcast girl. Like I like listening to podcasts on a walk or like on an unmotivated gym day. I'm just like hanging out and stretching and doing random exercises. And I think that like when I really give myself the space to talk for extended periods of time, I start to connect dots that maybe I wouldn't have. It's kind of like writing. Like once you are writing and you're in the flow of writing, you start like writing in a way where you're like, oh, I didn't even realize that that was true. Like you just start connecting dots. And when I speak to the camera and I really allow myself to express and be honest and be like, this is what I was thinking about today, this is how I feel, I get to that point where I start connecting dots. And essentially, how I feel right now, and this is kind of where I started the conversation, is like I'm trying to figure out how to balance being fun and playful and energetic and bubbly and also being productive because right now I kind of operate on extremes. I really hope the audio doesn't suck on this. I need to stop saying that. I'm kind of like an extremist. Like I either am super productive every day and doing everything all the time and working out every day and being like crazy manic on my work, or I'm doing absolutely nothing. Either I'm like a social butterfly or I don't see anybody for weeks. And maybe that's how I am by design. Like I've seen people talk about like the lion worker mindset where like you work like a lion again in like work sprints for chunks of time and then you rest. And then you work and like just like how a lion goes and like eats all of its food at once and then it like chills. I could be like that. And maybe I just need to lean into that and accept that. But another part of me is like, okay, well, how do I find more balance in my life? Like it doesn't have to be so extreme and dramatic all the time. And it also doesn't have to be such a heavy fluctuation because I think like as I've gotten older, I'm 25 years old. I've gotten better at recognizing the patterns of my life. Like I know myself better. I know what I like. I know how I work. I know how I operate under certain contexts, and I have enough evidence of historical evidence based on things that I've experienced and ways that I've reacted to like different experiences to kind of understand how my patterns are. And I think there's certain patterns that I really appreciate in myself. One of them being that I do kind of like bet on myself all the time. Like I always end up doing what I want and figuring out a way to make it happen. And I really like that. And I think that like through that I've actually been able to learn about a lot about myself and help a lot of people, but maybe not. I don't know. But the other pattern is like like what patterns have you had forever that you want to change? Like I don't want to be in the same pattern loops all the time. The rainbow's kind of fading. Anyways, good talk. Thanks for being here. I have nothing else to say, and I like want to walk before it starts raining too hard. Oh, I want to say one last thing. you know that there's like a trend right now that's like, oh, you look happier, and it's like, thanks, I started XYZ. I feel like just like my jeans, okay, they're gross on the bottom. My jeans that fit well and are comfy, a white top, a little tank top, a flattering yellow. That's my style. And the minute that I stop stressing about like my style and just wearing what is comfortable and what simple basics, it frees up so much mental space for me. I always struggled with outfits and dressing myself, and it really doesn't have to be that complicated. Anyways, goodbye. Thank you for those who made it to the end. Oh, it didn't stop, my bad.